My dad is doing so good. We move into a mad duplex. He opens a bakery in the area. And then all of a sudden, it's a reversal of fortunes. He loses everything. And we move out of that duplex into an uncompleted building that had no doors or windows. And we couldn't even afford 3 square meals. We couldn't even eat one safe. I remember it always jumping the fence to the next compound, to the farm. There was a farm there. And I will put the cassava, and then we'll cut cassava, then we'll boil cassava for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't even have a stove. So we had to be using this coal pot. We have to fan. The coal cooking pot. You fan before you need to catch fire. And you need to heat up what you want. Of course, there was no luxury of hot water or anything of that sort. And my mom was pregnant at that time with my younger sister, so there was just so much going on. There was so much, for someone like my mom, like a foreigner who is used to luxury, who comes to Nigeria, her husband is doing well, and then he just kind of loses everything. Another woman will just pack her children and go to her country. And then now at that was the time I was entering secondary school. My mom could not even afford to pay for my common entrance. Wow. Yes, because she was teaching in a school, and I remembered when she got to the school, she was angry. And my mom, when she's angry, she doesn't hide it. She would do transfer of aggression. So all the other teachers were reporting her to the proprietress of the school that we don't know what's wrong with Anita. She's angry. It wasn't about me just sitting there and say, so this is what my family is going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to steal. I'm going to beg. I'm going to, wait until a miracle happens. No. So I made sure that I worked very hard to get my family out of, yes, because for somebody who had tasted life, the good life, and then you get to this point, you get frustrated. You get, I was That's young, true. But I wouldn't like to think that I was depressed. The only thing for me that I had to face, and that's one of the things that inspired me, was the fact that I felt like I was constantly judged. Because, going to church, I didn't have church clothes. I used to wear my school uniform, so the other children look at me, this one. They even used to call me poor Indian boy. In school, well, school was a different place entirely, but, in my area, the area I grew up in, but then I just made a promise to myself that I would never find myself in this kind of situation again. I would stand up for myself. I would make sure that I get my family out of this situation. And so I have not only changed the narrative, I've rewritten my family history, I've broken the chains of poverty, I worked really hard, and that's one of the things that inspired me to say, get out of this.